What's good, YouTube? Crown Jewel from Crown Jewel Boxing, back with a gem. Many sources, including ESPN, is reporting an amicable mutual split between Canelo Alvarez and the PBC. That's pretty big news. People have been speculating. Canelo wanted to see in escrow the $35 million he was demanding for Charlo. They couldn't show it because the investors didn't think that they were able to make money. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I do know it's being reported that they've split, which is interesting because they have a fight date blocked for Canelo in April in Vegas. No, not April. Beginning of May, first weekend in May in Vegas, and it'll be interesting to see whether they put somebody else in that date or they give that date up. We know Canelo likes to fight, like all, big Mexican fighters like to fight that Cinco de Mayo weekend, big Mexican holiday. But I do believe if PBC blocked that date, then it's their date, and they could easily plug Tank Davis into that date. But if not, it will be interesting. We've heard Ryan Garcia say he wants to fight in Vegas. It deserves to be in Vegas. We know the obstacle of it being in Vegas was Canelo had that fight already, and they didn't want to have to compete with him because that would have been disastrous to their sales and also their gate. So I would think, there's at least a chance that they would try to move it back to Vegas, unless the PBC keeps that date and puts Gervonta Tank Davis in that date against Frank Martin. And if that is to happen, then it will be the same effect. They would still have to go elsewhere, and then you'd have Tank literally kicking Devin out of his own hometown, which is what he implied on Twitter a couple days ago. Did he have a crystal ball? Did he know something we didn't know? I don't know, but be on the lookout for that. Tank being plugged in to that first weekend in May, taking over Canelo's date, which would still make it impossible for Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia to have a successful gate 2 weeks prior to that in the same city. What's going to happen remains to be seen, but interesting news. Canelo Alvarez, a free agent. We don't really know exactly why. I don't know if he wanted to, pick his opponent, and the opponent he was picking wouldn't generate enough money to justify his demand. I would probably think of something like that. Naysayers would say the PBC is broke and don't have the money to pay him. The reality is it's just business. Even if they had the money, they're no different than the investors. If the investors don't want to put up money for a fight that they don't think can recoup, why would PBC put up money for a fight that doesn't look like it can recoup? Some people ask, well, why Floyd didn't just put up the money? He's making all this money, so-called, he says, and blah, 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 blah. Again, I don't care how much money you have. Leonard Ellaby has said it on many occasions, and I think every businessman would agree with him. Nobody's in the business of screwing off money. So if Canelo has to see $35 million, and he has to pick his opponent, and it's not going to be one of those young lions that could potentially generate that type of money, then any smart businessman would be, right in a decision to walk away. Because again, who wants to throw away millions of dollars going to a debt just so a fighter can get his guarantee and be able to pick his opponent? I don't know of any. But again, it's interesting, that the split happened, and it has implications of other fights, i.e. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, who wanted to fight in Vegas but were forced to move by that fight, and the fact that they may be able to go back unless the cash cow of the little guys, Gervonta Tank Davis, decides to take the date, and then they're still on the outside looking in. But whatever's going to happen, remains to be seen. That's all I have for y'all right now. Until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, your ass off the floor. Peace.